Hey everybody, welcome to EmpireCV.tv, and we're going to jump right into it because there are a ton of books out this week, a bunch of trades that you guys will be interested in. Don't forget to look for the email, look on our website or Facebook. There are going to be Halloween contests for costumes, for pumpkin carving. There's going to be something special also that will be included in that email for after Halloween. So take a peek, empirescomics.com, or you can find us on Facebook. So, Axis, Marvel's big book is out this week. It's leading directly out of the previous Uncanny Avengers that came out just last week. Cyclops, Magneto, Scarlet Witch, Rogue, a bunch of them are being held on Genosha. Red Skull has not only Onslaught's body, he's got Professor Xavier's mind, and he's incorporeal, so nearly unstoppable. All of them are trying to take him out while there are threats happening across the world. And I don't want to ruin a lot of it for you, but the ending makes it pretty unstoppable for the mutants. It was a great run. It's Remender. It's the beginning of Marvel's new event, Red Skull. How can you go wrong? And they gave us this neat little thing that boom, 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 boom. It's just fun to do. So on to the next ones. Amazing Spider-Man. Honestly, I'm not reading Spider-Verse, so I wish it wasn't in my Spider-Man book. But in this issue, we've got Miss Marvel teaming up with good old Spidey. So there's that. We've got Avengers. This is tying closely into everything going on that's building in world, New Avengers. We've got Thor in here with his arm missing. Without Mjolnir, he's got the axe, the God Killer. So that's some good Hickman stuff. Guardians, Rocket Raccoon, Scotty Young. Those all hashtagged equal a lot of hits. All new Ultimates. In the previous one, up against the Serpent Society, they proved that they could work as a team. It's a bunch of young kids taking the place of Captain America, Iron Man, Hulk, all of those guys. You got Spider-Man, you got Cloak and Dagger, you've got Spider-Woman, Kitty. They've proved themselves as a team. They're starting to get their stride. And there's an appearance of somebody at the very end. The ending was really cool. And I don't want to tell you who it is. They don't mention it. All you old school Marvel people will know him. He's, well, I don't want to ruin it. But there's a new twist happening in the Ultimate Universe, and the heroes could be in trouble, heroes and villains. All right, Batman, I got a chance to pick this up. I was not sure what Endgame was going to be about. It opens up after the previous events in Batman, but there's a gas attack in Gotham City. 10 square blocks are sectioned off. Opens up with Batman in a giant suit of armor. Who could he possibly be facing? Well, I think the cover says it all. Good Capullo artwork, obviously fun, and this is a great take on Batman and just how he would deal with every single member of the Justice Society. Justice Society, Justice League. And Aquaman's flying in there. It's really weird. Capullo, Snyder, what's going on there? I don't think Aquaman flies. Jeff Johns clearly shows that he was just jumping in the New 52 in the first issue. Godhead, if you guys haven't read it, Godhead #1, Green Lantern #35, now Green Lantern Corps #35. The new gods have become aware of the rings, of their power, and what all of them combined can do in breaching the Source Wall, which is of course what Darkseid has been trying to do to get to the anti-life equation for decades, and Highfather has been trying to do to get to the life equation to defeat him. So what's Highfather's solution? Collect all the rings, turn it into a weapon. Didn't work out quite as well as he thought, so they have to find Kyle Rayner, who is the one and only White Lantern. This is going to go through a bunch of the books. It's your New God fix, along with Infinity Man and the Forever People, if you're a New Gods fan. Batman Eternal continues. Spoiler is out there, running from her dad. Put a few twists on him last issue. We've got Batman, we've got Croc in this one, you've got Hush. It's a great detective story. Jim Gordon is still behind bars. You've got Batgirl and Red Hood. You've got Harper. Just a really fun story. 52 issues total. It's a weekly book, and there's enough time where they can wrap it all together without putting too much in one spot. Just when you're tired of something, it comes around to something else, which is exactly what Future End does. Last issue, we got left with the new Brainiac, this giant, like, I'm horrible with height, 100, 200 foot tall Brainiac. End of the issue, Black Adam shows up with the Atom, and they are going to take him on head on. This whole issue deals with that. We've got another weekly book. It is Earth 2 World's Finest. Earth 2 is the one DC book that I'm always sad I didn't keep going with after the initial launch, because it is where you get a lot of your New 52 New Gods fix. This is a weekly, it's only half a year, and it deals with Earth 2 and the ramifications of everything going on there, because the Earth Prime, the one that we follow normally, is the only Earth that has successfully defeated Darkseid. Earth 2 is able to repel him, but at the cost of all of their big heroes. So you've had other people replace Batman, other people replace Superman, a lot of Justice Society people have come up. So this is going to be my first jump in, well, not my first, my second jump in on Earth 2, and I will probably end up getting the trades at some point because I love me some New Gods. Also this week, just speaking of that, we've got a new Batgirl artist. Babs Tarr is on. It's a whole new feel for the book, a whole new look for the character. It's a much younger feel for Barbara, a more fun look. This is a lot along the same lines of like Gotham Academy last week. Here you go, you can see her new design. A lot of people really love it. Of course, the hardcore Batman fans didn't quite dig it, but it's gonna be a really fun take, and a lot of people have been, you liked it?
I like it.
He likes it. Ronnie likes it. And people seem to overall enjoy it. So I'm hoping it's going to be a lot of fun. Justice League United, I'm still loving this. I love Lemire. A lot of people are kind of iffy. They're not sure. It's not the action-packed Justice League. They're not fighting your giant superheroes. It's very much an Animal Man type book with the way Lemire writes. But the end of this is leading into something that, well, I'm just going to tell you. It's a spoiler. It was at the end of every DC book like last week. Justice League United is crossing over with the Legion of Superheroes. So, if you're on the fence or if you're a Legion fan, this is the issue that you want to get, because right here, we got a Samonel. So, stick with it, or Legion fans, pick it up. I ordered extra. I always try to push the things I love, and then I get stuck with long boxes of Buffy. So, we've got Abe Sapien. I was really excited when it came out, all right? So sue me. AVP continues. You've got Prometheus up there. You've got Aliens up there. Now you've got AVP. Prometheus and Aliens tie together. They're not a back and forth thing. You're not reading one and then the other. You don't have to read them concurrently. But things that you see in one pop up in the other at different points in time. So it's a really neat the way they're tying it together. And I'm hoping they're going to continue with this. I'm going to save that one because I really like it. Black Science, Remender, not much more need to be said about that. All right, a lot of you are excited. Charmed is back. They had done it for a while before with IDW. We are now over at Zenescope. So it's the beginning of the new season. So all you Charmed fans, there it is. Copperhead, Detectives on Mars. It's an alien and an Earth woman. And the first one, they actually went and dealt with a domestic violence case over on Mars. It's not what you usually see in comic books. Dr. Mirage, the first one was really well written, really well drawn, left you with a cliffhanger. It's a young girl who can see dead people, who can talk to them, who can help them move on, as well as deals with all kinds of other things in the mystic world. The only person she cannot see and has never seen is her own husband. So it's one of those things where it's building towards what happened to him. Why can't she? But it was a really good book, and she has a pug. Fraggle Rock, I don't think much more need to be said. It is exactly like watching the show. Grendel Shadow, if you're a Matt Wagner fan, if you're a Grendel fan, if you're a Shadow fan, if you are a fan of good pulpy noir, if you're a fan of comic books, just pick this one up. Now this one, okay, this is a new company that's been coming out. I can't remember what the other book is, I'm sorry. Brainstorm, that just came out. This one I got to read as a advanced copy, and it really surprised me. There is this one Earth that has discovered a way to travel between all of the Earths, and what they've done is they are extremely aggressive. They have been mapping them. They have been deciding which ones they want, which ones they don't. It opens up with some of them coming to our Earth and essentially saying, or a Earth, I'm sorry, saying, this is who we are, this is what we do, you're now part of our group. So they are aggressively taking over other Earths. Somebody, a young man, is of course trying to do the right thing, goes outside the box, and it's a really fun adventure where we get to jump between Earths, get to see parallel alternate realities, and ultimately come back to ours. Ragnarok, Simonson, 2 covers for that one. Sex Criminals, these are some books that we don't need to say much about. The new Garth Ennis book, he's done this before. It's World War II. We get introduced to young people going off to war, their families, the friends, the people they meet when they're out there. And of course, there's a lot of loss and there's a lot of really tough stories. This is a lot more like the classic Garth Ennis than you see in most books now, like Crossed and things like that. So if you're looking for a good Garth Ennis book and you just want something old school, this one here. It is Avatar though, so it's brutal. Just not as brutal as the others. All right, this book was extremely disturbing. Scott Snyder has given us a suspenseful, psychological horror book. I'm not one who's for gore. I don't care about those kind of things. I'm not a big Halloween guy. But this is the kind of stuff I like. And there were a couple moments in here where it really unnerved me. So you get introduced to a new family that has moved to a new town because of something supernatural, and the things that follow here. Very much worth the pickup. All right, this is the one I saved for the last though, because this is the book that it's image, so people are gonna try it. But if you're looking for something fun, if you're looking for something fantasy, this is the book to go to. It's a Midtown America. Father's out playing with his son. They're getting ready for his birthday back at home. The son disappears. We go through the whole book with the effects on the lives of the parents, the small town they live in, the police investigating the father. Jump forward a year, and an older man, someone who looks like he's probably in his 20s, appears in town dressed as if he was ready to slay a dragon, claiming to be the young boy. Artwork is absolutely beautiful. It's a great fantasy story mixed with reality, and I think that this one is one that you should give a shot. Paul Pope fans, such as me, and nothing more need be said, this is another Battling Boy installment. We have from Marvel, which one was that? She-Hulk. The first trade finally arrives for that if you're interested in that. Hawkeye Volume 3, a lot of you have been waiting a long time for this one. Finally here. Unfortunately, Hawkeye fans, 22 is going to be the last issue. Fraction is no longer writing it, and they realized there was no point in continuing it without Fraction on it. Ending it at 22. Fraction's got better things to do. He's got plenty of stuff over an Image right now. It's going to be amazing for 22 full issues. So enjoy them. East of West, I say way too much about this, but I'm going to do it again. Read this. The first two trades are out. First one's only $10 to give you an introductory price. If you love politics, if you love intrigue, if you love sci-fi, westerns, alternate realities, this book is for you. It's like Doom. It's wheels within wheels within wheels. And this one, I no longer have an excuse, as I was told this morning. The final volume of Lock and Key is here. I've been waiting to read this. I've heard nothing but great from everybody who's read it. People, not even just your typical horror fans, but everybody. I now have 6 volumes. I've been waiting. I'm going to sit down and read them all on a weekend when I have some time to just blow. So I'll tell you how I thought in like a year. But maybe I'll just work my way through slowly. So that's it for the day. Don't forget, costume contest, pumpkin carving contest, and just more goodness throughout the month.